happy to have you with us. Opening day baseball on the show. It's the Titans going up against the Mustangs. With Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. It was a very eventful offseason for this franchise, Siggy. The relocation and everything that goes along with it. It took a lot of effort and energy to pull it off.
Yeah, and that goes for the players, too, and not just the ownership. I think everyone in the organization really had to pick up and start over in a new city, which, you know, that can be a big task when you've gotten comfortable to the place you've been for so many years. But I'll tell you, the excitement in this town is off the charts, and you can already tell that they've got a very passionate fan base.
No question. This city has embraced this team wholeheartedly. There's a lot of baseball buzz in this town right now. The crowd is amped up, ready to get this season underway, as are we. Back with more in a minute. Carlos Peralta leading things off and takes a strike.
0-1.
And here it comes. Ness, a big part of the storyline for us today. He's making his debut and hoping to carve out a valuable role in the mound of this ball club. On a line, base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Second baseman, number 25.
And now the rookie second baseman, Trevor Castillo. That one finds the zone, and that's strike one.
At this point, it doesn't matter if you're a first rounder or an undrafted free agent. All that matters once you reach this level is producing. Can you help your team get better? It's a big question. That said, you don't
run around the go. Pitch in for a strike. And that's a stolen base, not even close. Runner in scoring position, nobody out here on opening day. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Peralta coming home. The throw in, it's off the mark, and he scores. And it's 1-0.
Well, they strike first as he gets the job done to bring home the run. He got that front foot down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Now it's the rookie first baseman, Mike Sanchez. Breaking ball misses down and away. Singy, maybe some nerves getting the best of him in the first?
Well, it's hard to know exactly if it's nerves or not, but he just doesn't have it right now. Those hitters on the other side, they're going to say it's nerves and use that as a competitive edge to try to jump on him even more.
Castillo gets his lead at first, nobody out. Right side, should have this one. Makes the catch, and there's one gone. Let's take a look at our lineup. A really frustrating showing for them in their last game. Lots of traffic on the bases, but they left a ton of runners on base. Couldn't cash in their chances, Chris.
They had plenty of chances. There's nobody to blame it on but themselves offensively. They just did a poor job converting in those situations. You have to figure out what's your plan going to be. Maybe watch some tape from the last game. Make the adjustment. So if you get those opportunities in this one, you've got a much better chance of scoring some runs.
Garrett Willard, the next to hit, takes outside. A little bit low, and it's 2-0.
Last two pitches have been down in the zone. Pitcher clearly trying to get that ground ball double play. But in this count, he's going to have to give in, elevate his pitches, and get back into this at bat.
And that's in for a strike. Man at first, one away. That one down the line, and that's a fair ball. He's in at second with a one-out double.
Well, patience and discipline paid off right there as he got into an advantage count. Just found a way to slap that ball down the third baseline. That's really excellent bat control, and it kind of goes back to all those drills you see hitters do off the tee where it's placed in different spots. That was just nice.
2 on, 1 out. Wolf will hit next. That clips the corner.
At this point, the clean inning is over. Got to settle in, focus on the hitter, and get out of it with minimal damage.
Swing and a ground ball. Run scores, and that makes it 2-0 as they get the out.
Batting sixth, third baseman, number 47.
Jay Riley now at the plate. Sing, you talk about a guy that has all the skills. The range is really good, but the arm just stands out, and he makes all the plays. There's a strike at the knees, 0-1.
And because of that big power arm, he's able to play a little bit deeper, make throws from the outfield grass all the way across the diamond, and still get a pretty good runner. That's impressive.
Makes the grab, and that is that. They get 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. The Titans have the advantage, 2-0. Back here with my pal Singy, and pitching in this game, Mason Alford. And Singy, a special day for him. He's making his major league debut here.
And I'm sure he's got some nerves. He'll be excited for that first pitch to be in and over with so that he can settle into pitching just like he did in the minor leagues. Exciting moment. He's got his family in town. I think this moment's going to be a huge tone setter for his career.
Ryan Finn, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball 1. And that's in for a strike. And the count is 1-1. Out to short. On the run, sends it over to first, and they get the out. All right, let's take a look at the lineup. And Singy, I'm a bit surprised to see this many righties in a lineup against a right-hander.
Yeah, you're not the only one, Boog. I'm a bit surprised as well. And, you know, some hitters work well against same-handed pitching. You know, just back in 2024, Bobby Witt Jr., Vlad Guerrero Jr., and Aaron Judge all had higher batting averages against righties than they did against lefties. So maybe they got a plan after all.
And first offering is fouled off. Alford, he has a reputation, I don't know, maybe a knack for working himself out of tough situations that he finds himself in. You know, you like that in a relief pitcher, but when you have it for a starting pitcher, a guy that can get out of a tight spot, that is pretty valuable. That's a base hit. Alejandro Garza with his first major league hit, and this is a moment I'm sure he'll never forget. Congrats.
Yeah, great moment for him and his family. A guy works so hard and has to wait so long for this to happen. And when it does, it can kind of be overwhelming, Boog. You still have to stay locked in on the game, but it's great when you can take a minute to just appreciate what you've done and how hard you've worked to get here.
And now we'll see one of the top prospects in baseball step in the box for her major league debut. Number 14, up and in, and that's ball 1.
And you won't see the skipper rush to get somebody up in the bullpen as soon as he starts to see some signs of trouble. This guy's earned a longer leash, and because of that, confidence grows with the players and teammates playing behind him that when things get a little rough out there, they know he'll find his way through it.
And no swing, says Joe McDonald. How much of the ability to do that in a tight spot is the mental approach?
I think it's very much being able to have a laser like
Reyes on to second. They get one. Throw to first, but he beat it.
Well, an aggressive slide at second base, but it was legal. I like it because you're trying to break up the double play, and it looked like the slide impacted the throw a little bit. Nice job by the base runner.
And now we'll see one of the top prospects in baseball step in the box for his major league debut. Number 12.
0-1.
Two outs.
Ball low.
Swings through that.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball.
In the dirt, blocked. That's outside. Full count now.
Great RBI spot here.
Full
Just got to
count.
stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
And ball
Ball
4
4,
to
take your
aboard.
base.
Not what he wanted to do there, Boog. That keeps this inning alive and gives this offense a good chance to cut into their deficit.
First and second, 2 outs. Castilla getting ready to hit. The
That's a
shortstop
ball.
takes the ball. And another ball.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Good hitters count the 2-0. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit out into right center. Rounds third, headed for the plate. 1 run across. And the stop sign goes up at third on the potential tying run. So he gets 2 milestones with that hit, his first big league knock, and he drives in his first run as well.
Yeah, you love to get both of those out of the way with just 1 swing of the bat, and it makes the special moment even more special. It's not just an individual accomplishment when you're also driving in a run for your team. That's a bat he's never going to forget.
Now it's the right fielder trying to pick up his first knock in the big leagues. Swing and a miss.
It's great to get on
No
the
balls,
board in
1
the first
strike.
frame of the ball game, but here's an opportunity for them to really open things up with a couple of runners on. Let's see if they can cash in.
Here comes the 0-1. There's the strike.
All you got to do is concentrate and execute this next pitch. Get yourself out of the jam, back into the dugout.
Ball 1 there.
1-2.
This hitter's been seeing good velocity in the at-bat. He's kind of set up for that changeup. He hasn't seen it yet. Looks just like a fastball out of the hand.
And a swing and a miss. Inning over, and it could have been worse.
Sometimes he wears the emotion on the sleeve, but that's okay as long as he's getting results. And right there, thrilled with the punch out to get out of a jam.
Always we know, just some things we show. Oh, cool hat trick, watch me backspin off the Atlas.
And welcome back to the ballpark. All set for the start of the inning. And now Isaiah Allman. Ness back to work. And there's a foul ball. Ness, a 6'6" righty, just 19 years old. He joined the team as a free agent. On the ground, right side. On to first. And a quick out, number 1.
Batting 8th, right fielder, number 35.
So digging in, Steve Ramiro. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike.
It's 0-1.
Clips the corner, and it's 0-2.
Well, he's gotten ahead with 2 pitches down in the zone. He has plenty of options right here. He can go up, he can go away, he can add velocity, he can subtract.
Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. And there's 2 gone following the strikeout. And that's the first strikeout of his major league career.
And it could be the first of many if he meets the goals he set for himself and the expectations others have for him. He doesn't want to just win games. He wants to dominate at this level.
Do you think young pitchers could sometimes get too caught up in trying to rack up Ks early? And that is that. Bottom half of inning number 2. Digging in, Jack Collins. Looking for his first big league hit right here. Swings through that one for strike 1.
They just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Struck him out. Really fooled him with the breaking ball there.
Well, take a look at the 3-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
Next to hit, number 15. That's in there. It's 0-1. Next offering is fouled back.
This guy's seen 2 changeups in a row. Could be a little vulnerable for a fastball right here.
Next pitch misses, and the count is 1-2. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the frame, and that's now 3 in a row.
Yeah, he's really settling in and getting a feel for his pitches, throwing them where he wants to right now. So we'll see how long he can keep this streak going.
Here's the center fielder, Casey Murray. And that's in there for strike 1.
0-1.
And that is out of play. Got him swinging for the strikeout. And he strikes out the side here in the second.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
And we're back. New inning getting started. And now the center fielder, Carlos Peralta. And that's off the inside edge. 1-0.
Close pitch there, and he's kind of wondering where it missed. You know, getting a feel for each umpire's strike zone is something that pitchers and hitters really have to think about and work on from game to game and sometimes from at bat to at bat.
Next offering is in for a strike. Outside with a breaking ball.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swing, and this one's bounced on the ground. Finn not in time to get him, and the tapper turns into an infield single.
Boog, that's staying within his game right there. I mean, this speedster gets the infield single, and now he's on base to possibly do some damage. I love seeing what guys like this can do to disrupt the game once they get in a position to do so.
Trevor Castillo, the next to hit, singled and scored his first time. And he takes a strike. Just missed. Nobody out. Runner at first. Runner on the go. On the ground. Throws to first in time. And 1 away in the top of the 3rd. And now the first baseman, Mike Sanchez. He's 0 for 1. Ness checks the runner. Peralta back on a dive. That drops in for a strike. Move to second, and he's back in safely.
He's safe.
One out and a runner at second here on opening day. And he hits a ground ball right side, and that one handled. Sends it to first. That's it out.
Good fade and sinking action of that changeup. Got that hitter to roll over.
Now batting, number 6.
And next will be the cleanup hitter. Garrett Willard doubled his first time up. And that's downstairs. Ball 1. Strike 1. Peralta on third with 2 out. Ground ball left side. Base hit and a run in to score.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night. And just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. Here's the catcher to hit, Andre Wolf. And misses inside. One run across in the frame so far as we play game 1 of this 4-game series. And there's a ball. Close one, doesn't get the call. And now 3-0.
He's mixing his pitches really well. Late on that fastball after seeing the changeup. See if he can elevate one. I think if he does, he'll get the swing and miss.
Swinging a foul straight back.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
He goes down looking. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now a 3-1 ball game. Back after this on the show. As we go to the last of the third, and stepping in is the speedy Ryan Finn.
And there's one thing on his mind this at bat, getting that first hit at the big league level.
And that drops in for a strike.
0-1.
Strike 2.
That front door slider is such a devastating pitch. You don't want to get beat by the inside fastball, so you cheat a little bit, and then by the time it gets there, it's out of the swing plane.
On its way to the corner, and that drops foul. And the 0-2. This to third. Gets it to first. Leadoff man retired here in the third. You got to be kidding me. Did you see that throw?
Not really, Boog. I mean, it happened in the blink of an eye, it seemed, but thankfully StatCast is here to help us out. I mean, you don't see many throws across the infield that get up into the 90s, so he really reached back for that one, and he had to get the out.
Next to hit, Alejandro Garza. One out, bases empty. Tapped in front of the plate. The throw to first, and 2 straight set down to begin the bottom of the third. 2 down, bases empty, and here's the first baseman. Try to get him to chase on the changeup that time. 2 outs, bases empty. That's down and in. A slider missed. That's in there, and it's 2-1.
Nasty 2-0 slider there for a strike. That tells you he's got a lot of confidence in that pitch.
This one high in the air to left center. Brings it in, and that will end the inning. Welcome back. Here's a look at this team's early season projection. First pitch just misses.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire's strike zone.
Right through there for a strike. Falling behind 2-1.
2-1.
And that one is in for a strike.
2-2.
On the ground at first. He steps on the bag. One up, one down.
Now batting, number 37.
Isaiah Allman digs in now. Grounded out his first time up. That's in there. That's strike one.
No balls, one strike.
On the corner for a strike.
All right, now, he may have not liked either of those first two pitches or agreed with the umpire's calls, but at this point, he's going to have to bear down and be ready to hit anything close to the zone.
And now 1-2.
This guy at the dish excels in two-strike counts. Got to be careful with him out there on the mound.
That one misses in the dirt. Base is empty, one away. Top half of inning number 4. And a pop-up on the left side of the infield. 2 down.
Now batting, number 35.
2 outs, base is empty. Steve Ramiro will hit next. Breaking ball misses down and away. A little out front there as he swings through it.
1-1.
That one close, ruled a ball. And that's ball 2. And that's downstairs and outside. Now a check swing on 3-1. Appeal to third, and he held up.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Reyes in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. And that one fouled off.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. Coming home. The relay to the plate. And he's out.
Got him. That's an
Cut
out.
down, and that ends the inning.
Always exciting to see a play at the plate. Trying to score with 2 outs, but the tag just gets him in time. And they cut down the run to end the inning.
And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom 4, and now the DH, number 12. And a swing and a miss there.
You know, this group of hitters, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
And a big swing and a miss.
0-2.
And the slider just misses.
He's been pitching well, but going through this middle of the order second time through, we'll see what kind of adjustments are being made.
And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
Just a mid-90s challenge fastball right there. Not much to it. And I'm sure he'd love another swing at it because it was in a very hittable location. Those are the swings where you can sometimes start to question yourself as a hitter and say, how did I miss that? But, you know, it happens.
Liner, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Waste no time there. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Runner on at first with one gone. And now the right fielder, 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. Swings and misses. And it's 0 1.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
Look out! And it hit him. Now the catcher up to hit, Jack Collins. His first at bat was a strikeout.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
Comes up empty.
0-2.
One out. Runners at first and second. That's off the inside corner. Now 1 and 2.
1-2. Ball.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a slider, and there's 2 gone.
Wow, just great bite to that slider. Broke hard out of the zone, and he just couldn't hold up the swing. You know, as a hitter, that pitch is really hard to take, and there's just not much you can do with it. You know that, but you don't want to get rung up by the umpire.
Here's the left fielder. Tying run is at first. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Yeah, that's fouled off. Runner edges away at second. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. They take the force out number 3. So they strand a pair. We're headed to the 5th. The Titans out front 3-1. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Ness back to work. And that one in there at the knees for a strike. 0-1.
Well, these players doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. The numbers tell us they're averaging more than a hit every inning, and they've only struck out twice, so they keep finding ways to put their bat on the ball.
And that just misses.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swings and misses and 1 down below the zone. And he'll take first easily after the strikeout.
Well, you don't see it very often, but every once in a while a guy strikes out and still somehow ends up safe on first. And when it happens, you kind of scratch your head, but I guess sometimes a pitch is so nasty it makes everyone miss. Now they're going to have to get more than 3 outs in this inning.
Castillo stands in now and watches strike 1. Castillo, 28 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it.
No balls, 2 strikes. One, two.
In the dirt, but kept close. Tag, safe at second. And good hustle to move up. That's a wild pitch.
Really really good read by the runner there. His secondary lead, he anticipates the trajectory going down and gets a really nice jump up to second base. Now he's in scoring position. He's taken away the double play opportunity.
Runner in scoring position, nobody out here on opening day. Out to short. Oh, great grab on the dive. Gathers and throws. Not in time, and he reaches safely.
The effort from both players involved in this play just really stands out to me. I mean, you got the diving stop at short, which was outstanding, and how can you not love the hustle flying down the line? That's just great baseball at an extremely high level.
Mike Sanchez getting ready to hit. 0 for 2 in this one. And that's off
that missed. That's
the inside edge. Ball 1. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time.
1-1. That's a ball.
Drilled out towards left center field. Sizes this one up and makes the grab. Runner tagging and heading for home. It's a sac fly as he comes across to score, and they lead by 3.
Sometimes all you got to do is your job, and don't overcomplicate things. Keep it simple. Runner at third, less than 2 outs. Put the ball in play, and a nice job with the sac fly.
Now it's going to be Garrett Willard. Up the middle, and it's through for a hit. To third, tag, got it.
Hey, as a former center fielder, I'm feeling pretty good right now. That's an excellent job by this guy to come up throwing and deliver a strike to third base. Now, for the offense, that's a tough one to swallow because you never want to lose a runner in scoring position by making it out at third base.
Now, here is Andre Wolf.
Runner, yes.
Takes off, pitch in for a strike. Throw to second, out at second. That ends the inning.
The catcher definitely looked ready for that stolen base attempt, got in position quickly, and a strike down to second base to end the inning.
And we're back, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now, Casey Murray. Just missed.
Well, these guys just lacking
ball,
discipline
no
at the plate in this ball game. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
The 1-1. Late on that fastball.
1 and 2's the count.
Out to short, Reyes. Whips it to first on the run. And very nicely done for the out.
Well, nice job by the shortstop to field that on the backhand and gather himself, get his feet underneath him. He had a long throw, but he knew he had plenty of time to take that extra step, secure the grip, and finish the throw.
Ryan Finn now at the plate. He's grounded out a couple of times. And he bunts, but that's a foul ball.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line. The offense needs to start showing some fight against this starter. He's doing his thing out there. They're going to have to push back at some point and make him work a little bit harder.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. And he's up to 7 strikeouts. And here is Alejandro Garza, 1 for 2. Down the line. And that will drop foul. And that's outside. And it's a ball and a strike. 2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
Next pitch misses inside. Ball 2.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
2 down, nobody on. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Swings and misses, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. Here's the catcher, Andre Wolf. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Gets him to chase after that one.
0-2.
And takes low for ball 1.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And that's
That's the
outside.
ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Now batting.
Jay Riley, the next to hit. And a foul ball. In for a strike, and it's 0-2.
0-2. That's low. That's a
In
ball.
the dirt. This one in the dirt. Wolf gets his lead at first with nobody out. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. And that's down and away. Goes down looking. It's been a fun debut for us to watch. He's been pretty good going deep into this game, and that's always impressive for a guy getting his first start in the majors.
Yeah, pitchers love to work deep into games because they want to find their rhythm and then be able to repeat it over and over again. And you can't find your rhythm if your debut only lasts a few innings. So he's picking up valuable experience with each pitch he throws at this point. It's been a nice outing for him, Boog.
Missed with a changeup. 2-1. Rolled to short. Possible 2-ball. Over to second for 1. And that's 2. 1 hit in the inning, but no one left. On to the bottom of inning number 6. The Titans with the lead 4-1. Bottom of the 6th. And now the first baseman, number 14. Fly ball down the line. And that lands in no man's land, a foul ball. Slider misses outside. late with the swing there.
And it really looks like these hitters have been
1-2
in
is the
between
count.
with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to
That's a
one
ball.
velocity and stay there.
2-2.
The other way, Sanchez. And he handles it himself for the out.
Now batting, number 12.
Next is the designated hitter. He is struck out, and he is walked. Swings through that one, 0-1.
Well, he threw that
0-1.
fastball right by him. Gives him a little bit of confidence, but in the back of your mind, you got to think, is he trying to set me up for later in this at-bat?
Base is
0-2.
empty, one away here in the bottom of the sixth. Lifted in the air, out to left. Willard pulls it in on the run.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Castilla at the plate and takes high there. Bullpen activity starting up now. Felix Castilla up and throwing for manager Craig Counsell. Shipley getting cranked up as well. Foul ball. Check swing, and he went. And that is strike 2.
1-2 is the count. 2-2.
Gets a piece and stays alive. That missed by
Count
a
is full.
lot. And it's 3-2.
Doubled up on the slider away. Two-seamer here. Just watch and see.
Swing and a chopper out to short. Fires across
That's
the
an out.
diamond. Inning over.
Now pitching,
Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound. Josh Moreno on for his major league debut and a moment he will never forget.
Better believe that. It's always so special the first time you get into a big league ball game. I did it as a position player, but for him as a pitcher, I'm sure there's some nerves there. Probably don't want to squeeze the baseball too tight. Just relax and do what you're capable of doing.
And that one hit to first. And he takes it himself for the out.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
now batting, number 27.
And now the shortstop, Rocco Reyes. And ball
No, that
one.
missed. That's a ball. 1-0.
Chop to third. Garza throws to first. And 2 away to start the 7th.
Now batting, number 11.
Carlos Peralta digs in now. And that
No,
is downstairs. And that is ball 1. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the top half of inning number 7. Just missed. Next offering is in for a strike.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Gets to it onto first, but no chance to recover. He'll reach after the strikeout.
Number 25.
So he's able to reach first base despite the strikeout, and that extends the inning. Kind of a tough turn of events for the defense there.
Yeah, it's maybe a little bit of a morale killer. For a second, you think you're about to go hit, but really quickly you have to refocus and be ready for the next play. We'll see if they can work around it.
So up next, Trevor Castillo. Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change.
Now pitching.
So out of the pen comes the right-hander, number 33, on for his major league debut. So we'll see if he's ready for the big stage.
He just has to remember this is the same game that he's played all the way through the minor